630 Conquest of Mecca. Prophet Muhammad sets out with an army of 10,000 to capture Mecca. In 1055 Theodora crowned Empress of the Byzantine Empire. In 1158 Vladislav II of Bohemia becomes king. In 1378 earliest record in Durham, England of Plough Monday. The first Monday after the Feast of Epiphany Jan 6 when agricultural work could restart. In 1558 Westmunster Church in Middelburg destroyed by heavy storm. In 1569 the first recorded lottery in England is drawn at St Paul's Cathedral in London. The first prize is 5,000, and other prizes include silver plate, tapestries, and fine linen cloth. In 1571 Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian Roman II grants Austrian nobility freedom of religion. In 1599 Jacob van Neck's fleet leaves Bantam, Java in modern-day Indonesia with £1 million of pepper and cloves, and a further half a ship full of nutmeg, mace and cinnamon. In 1693 most powerful earthquake in Italian recorded history strikes Sicily and Southern Italy with an estimated magnitude of 7.4. Tsunamis followed and devastated coastal villages on the Ionian Sea and the Straits of Messina. In 1753 Ferdinand V of Spain Pope Benedictus Roman XIV signed Concord. Spain recovers the right to appoint bishops and tax the clergy. In 1758 Russian troops occupy Königsberg, East Prussia NS Jan 22. In 1759 First American Life Insurance Company is incorporated in Philadelphia. Treatise on Tolerance 1765 Frisibans Voltaire's book Traité sur la tolérance Treatise on Tolerance in which he called for religious toleration and targeted religious fanaticism, especially that of the Jesuits. Messier Adds to catalogue 1774 French astronomer Charles Messier adds M51 spiral galaxy in Canes Venatici to his catalogue. In 1775 Francis Salvador becomes first Jew elected to office in America SC. In 1779 Ching-Thang Khomba is crowned King of Manipur. In 1785 Continental Congress convenes in NYC. Titania and Oberon discovered 1787 Titania and Oberon, moons of Uranus, discovered by William Herschel. In 1790 Statisten Vonckisten unite as Belgium. In 1794 US. Marshal Robert Forsyth is killed in Augusta, Georgia, trying to serve court papers. First US Marshal to die carrying out his duties. Morse Code Demonstrated 1838 First public demonstration of telegraph messages sent using dots and dashes at Speedwell Ironworks in Morristown, New Jersey, by Samuel Morse and Alfred Vail. In 1839 earthquake at Martinique destroys half of Port Royal, 700 die. In 1861 Alabama secedes from the Union-US Civil War. In 1861 Mexico City captured by Juárez Lib in War of Reform. In 1863 naval engagement near Galveston between CSS Alabama and USS Hatteras. In 1863 Union forces capture Arkansas Post, or Fort Hindman, Arkansas. In 1864 Charing Cross Station opens in London. In 1865 Battle of Beverly, West Virginia, Confederate forces attack Union Post. In 1866 Steamship London sinks in storm off Land's End, England and kills 220. In 1867 Benito Juárez becomes Mexican president again. 1873 First livestock market newspaper published, Drover's Journal, Chicago. In 1879 Anglo-Zulu War begins as British Lieutenant General Lord Chelmsford invades Zululand in South Africa. Pink Map 1890 The British Ultimatum is delivered to the Kingdom of Portugal, later forcing Carlos I of Portugal to relinquish Portugal's territorial ambitions in Central Africa known as the Pink Map. In 1892 Hawaiian Historical Society is founded. In 1892 William D. McCoy of Indiana appointed U.S. Minister to Liberia. Eden S. 1500 M Skate Record 1893 JARP Eden Skates World Record 1500 M 235. In 1894 Domhak Peasant Rebellion begins in Mujiang, Korea over local corruption, sparking the First Sino-Japanese War. In 1897 Martha Hughes Cannon takes office as the first women's state senator in the US in Utah after defeating her own husband. In 1912, red roses strike begins in Lawrence, Massachusetts following a pay cut. In 1913, first sedan type car, a Hudson, goes on display at the 13th Auto Show in New York City. In 1915, Jacob Ruppert and Colonel Tillinghast Huston purchased the New York Yankees for $460,000. Ruppert pays his portion in cash. In 1916, Austrian forces capture Mount Love in Serbia. Serbian army retreats, evacuating to Greek island of Corfu. In 1917, Guy Bolton P.G. Wodehouse musical Have a Heart premieres in New York. 1919, 3-year-old German Communist Party Spartacus crushed. In 1919, Romania annexes Transylvania. In 1920, French passenger ship Afrique sinks near La Rochelle. 553 die. First insulin injection. 1922, insulin is first used on humans when Frederick Banting injects 14-year-old Canadian Leonard Thompson to treat his diabetes. 1923, first Dutch darter evening. Theo van Doesburg Kirchwitters. In 1923, French-Belgian troops occupy Ruhr to collect reparations. In 1924, a republic is proclaimed in Greece. King George Roman II is deposed, and Eleftherios Venizelos is named Prime Minister of the Greek National Assembly. Secretary of State Kelk. 1925, Frank Kelk replaces Charles Hughes as U.S. Secretary of State. Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. 1927, Louis B. Mayer, head of film studio MGM, announces the creation of Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. In 1927, Rail Future Golden, CBS Radio Playhouse opens at 242 W45th NYC, Honolulu to Oakland. 1935, Amelia Earhart flies from Honolulu to Oakland, California non-stop, of course. In 1936, Charles Anderson enters Kentucky House of Representatives. In 1938, Frances Moulton is elected as the first female president of a U.S. national bank. In 1941, Princess Irene Brigade established in Congleton. 1942-23, F-31C, Kingston, Rhode Island state record. In 1942, Japan conquers Kuala Lumpur, Malaya. In 1943, US-Britain relinquish extraterritorial rights in China. In 1944, Krakow Plazo concentration camp established. In 1946, Bert Bell becomes second NFL commissioner, moves Chicago headquarters to